Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Blending Unreal Episode 3. So today we are going to be learning the fundamentals and how to operate the software for programming, Visual Studio. Josh is going to be the guide on this one. I'm going to share my screen first and kind of walk through how to or what we need to do to actually download. Josh is going to tell me what to do and just follow along. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. All right, Josh, take it away.
Well, do you have it installed already? The
No.
installer? So, you haven't downloaded it at all?
Nope.
Okay, so we go to a web browser.
Yep.
And you already have it open. Perfect. So on the left, you want the community version, the Visual Studio community.
Oh, and by the way, this link here is on our first video. It's going to be the introduction of Josh and I introducing ourselves. The link to Visual Studio is going to be right there, or you can.
It should also be in this video as well.
Yeah.
It should be in the description. So go ahead and hit the free download.
Okay. Okay. And yes.
And if you already have Visual Studio 2022 in, this prompt will pop up. I think if you do not have 2022 installed, you will not get this prompt, so don't worry about it. If you do get this prompt, hit next. It should be fine. This is fine as well. These are ones that are no longer supported. So what we need, since we're going to be learning C++ and we're going to be learning towards Unreal Engine once we advance through, once we learn the basics of C++.
Yeah, so I was going to say there's a lot of stuff here. I would have no idea where to even start on this.
Yep, there's a lot of things that kind of scare you away when you first start, but once you understand what they are, they're not that big of a deal. They're not that bad. So let's scroll down a little bit. You should look for a C++ one. So on the left there in desktop mobile, you should see desktop development with C++. We need that one. And if you scroll down a little bit more to the gaming section, we'll have on the right, game development with C++.
Yeah.
So we need those two, and then we install. So the game development C++ is for Unreal Engine. And the one above we downloaded was for any modern C++ apps. It's for anything.
We're good.
So we go ahead and install.
Okay, so we went on ahead and we fast forwarded that because we didn't figure you guys wanted to sit and watch us download that, because that literally took, we were at 6 minutes. That literally took us 9 minutes to download that. All right, so now we just launch, right?
Yep, now we just launch.
All right. Launch it up.
And this is where you have to sign in to Visual Studio. So you can go ahead and sign in, or just skip and add later. C++, and then you want dark theme. Eyeballs blown out. No,
dude, we're doing light. All right, I don't go to the dark side. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I agree with you on this. Nobody likes the white screens, Microsoft.
Even at the top right, you see your little moon. Yeah, you're on it. The Visual Studio installers
over here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice.
That is much better. You've been blinding me. Okay, yeah, there we go. That looks like mine. So let me take over. All right, so this looks like what Jacob left us with. We have our Visual Studio project here. Well, the start of it. So go ahead and create a new project. We're doing C++, so make sure here it's at C++. Then we're going to go to console app to hit next. All it says is just going to be this can be any name you want. I'm just going to do learning Unreal or learning C++. Learning C++.
So it's console app, and we're doing learning C++.
Yes, with C++. You should see right here what C++, Windows, and console. And yeah, place solution project in the same directory. Sure, why not? Obviously, you can open a file, but this is the only file we have. Save all. This is your debug or release. So the difference between this is debugging lets your debugger check your code while you're running the program. For example, like something called a breakpoint. If I have a breakpoint here, you see this red? It means it'll stop the program when it hits this line of code.
And that's what the debug is?
When the debug is running. If I run this in release, this debug won't hit. It won't hit at all. For
Oh,
example, I'll show you real quick. So in debug, it'll stop the program here. See, stopped it. So like if we created like our own like game engine,
Mhm.
if you ran it in debug mode, you would get a lot less frames per second than if you were to run it in release mode because it's just not debugging each line of code essentially.
Okay. So let's start with let's start with just like actually writing something here. And let's
Okay.
just do something very, 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 very simple. And then after you write it, I'm gonna ask what things in that code actually mean.
Okay. So this is our main function. Everything we want our program to do needs to happen in main. Actually, let's just make a function. We don't know what functions are, right?
So the stuff up there, like at the very, very top on like line 1.
Yep. This is a comment.
Okay. Why is that even there?
It's just boilerplate. It doesn't need to be there.
Is it like explaining something or?
I guess it just says it contains a main function. Like I said, doesn't have any value at all besides just telling the programmer or the user, just saying, hey, it just has a main function.
Okay.
Execution begins here and ends there. So
Okay.
it has no value. So if we get rid of it, nothing changes.
It's still fine. Yeah. Oh, okay. So is green, is that like
Green is
Like-
comments.
comments? So it's like notes
Yes.
inside, like inside the code that you're
Yep.
wanting to know as the programmer.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Cool.
So comments don't get compiled at all. So whenever you can have a bajillion million comments, it won't affect anything in the code.
Oh, okay.
So when C++ compiler goes through, it just doesn't do anything with it.
Okay. So down just a little bit more where it says two references.
Yep.
And what's the first word there? Hashtag include.
Yep. Hashtag include. This is including an IO stream. It's an input output stream. This is how you get input from the user and the output to the screen, which is our console log, such as right here.
Okay.
This outputted it.
So the output is hello world right there.
Yes.
And the input is basically saying to say hello world, like inside those.
We haven't done any input yet, so let's do some input.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to know more about IOStream, if you press F12,
Oh my goodness.
takes you to
What the?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, that's like a whole nother language, dude. I have no
I've
idea what
never
I'm looking at.
actually looked at this before because I just knew that it was input output. But yeah, so output stream and input stream.
Okay.
But yeah, let's make a function here. So since we're in the same CPP, functions need to be above the declaration needs to be above the definition. And what that means is if I create a function here, that's a function. That's a declaration. Okay.
Okay.
And if I want to create a definition of it, I do the same thing. Void print hello world. Oh, and it's supposed to have capital P, capital letters for functions. Then you would create your function definition. That makes sense?
Sort of, yes. So,
This is where you would put this in there. And all I would need to do is say print hello world.
so the definition is like the action.
Yeah, what it does.
Okay. Gotcha. So,
Typically,
so the void,
go ahead.
hello, the void print hello world, do you have to have that of, like, do you have to have that and the definition?
Yes, you
So-
have to have both.
So you have to have void print hello world twice.
Well, typically you do this in a header file. This is a .cpp up here. Here, let me get my annotate tab. So here we have a .cpp. Usually we have a .h. Otherwise, the CPP gets really cluttered, and it's hard to. It just looks ugly, right?
Okay. Well, how do we open up a .h?
Okay, I'll show you real quick. Let me go ahead and get rid of. Let me just show you real quick that it works. So instead of calling hello world directly like this, we just called the function that does the same thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So now if we were to create another, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a class. or struct. But for this, we're just going to create a class. So to create a class, you would just go up here to, remember this, Visual Studios, and create a header file.
Instead of a C++ file. So CPP is a C++.
Yeah, CPP is C++.
Gotcha. Okay.
Actually, I don't want to do that. Sorry, take that back. We don't want to do that. I showed you guys wrong. If you wanted to make a new class, just go into your Solution Explorer. Mine's on the left. 9 times out of 10 by default, your Solution Explorer, it'll be on your right-handed side. But all you do is click it open, right-click in here, and we're going to open a, where'd it go? There we go, add new item. This will be print hello world, right? And usually it lets me say, hey, I want to add a header file to it as well. Okay, so now we have another CPP. Let's go back to our main window here. So now we have another CPP, right? And a header file down here at the bottom. So in our source, let me rename this. We don't want to name it source. Just name it print hello world. So this is our CPP for hello world. So the way this works is our print hello world needs to know about this header file. Okay.
Okay.
How do we do that?
You have to call it. Okay.
Not quite. Do you remember how we use IOStream here?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to include this file. So we go to our CPP, include print hello world.
They have to
Now,
be in quotation marks.
Yes.
Okay.
Now what we do is in our hello world header file, we would create our function that we created before, void print hello world. There's our declaration. Then our CPP, we create our definition, void print hello world.
And then the action.
Then the action.
So when you create the void print hello world in the header, is what the engine, if the engine's trying to find code, does it use the header to find the code instead of like the CPP? Because like wouldn't there be a lot more inside the CPP instead of the .h?
Then yep, you're right. Then you do in here, say print hello world. I didn't autofill. Print hello world. I guess I'll type it all out. Then we know about it. So print hello world.
Okay. Interesting.
So we include the header file, which has this, and the definition for this function here is in our CPP, where we have to do std. Oh, we can't do it. Do you know why we can't print out?
No.
Because we need to know the same thing. Remember this? So we just copy this, include, bring it back over here, add another include.
Okay.
Now,
have the, okay.
Now, one thing to note is you would probably, you could add IOStream to this one as well, but that's not really what you want to do. It's because then you would have IOStream in another header file, which probably isn't really what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Can, I think, but you shouldn't really do that. So again, you just do C out here. And what this is std is your standard library. This is accessing your output. And then you whatever you want to say. And this is it's a bit shift, I think. So we're shifting into the output stream. And this is where you just say hello world. Not that, but
okay, so if I wanted that to say something else, like if I wanted that to say Blending Unreal.
Yep.
Whenever you play it, like it'll say Blending Unreal.
Right.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So there's our first function. Woohoo!
So so what I got from this is that in order to create a new project, you go up there to the top left. You go File, New, right?
Yeah, new project or solution.
Okay, and then you select C++.
Yes, C++.
Yeah.
And then console app.
Console app. Okay. And then after that, the console app is going to be the CPP, right?
Yeah, like initially, like this, learning
Yeah.
C++. Yes, that's what you'll
To
start
C-
with.
Okay. And then here's another question. Okay, why do I need a console app and then another one that says CPP? Like I know that it's the CPP is like the action of the header, but like what's the point of the console app then?
That
Is that
your console app is this window.
okay? Is that like your game running in the background? Is that what that is?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, this would be a game. This would be anything. This is just like what's running in the background.
Okay. Is that how do I put this? Is that what's telling like I know that the CPP is the definition of the header. Like I 100% understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But then the console app itself, that's like the program.
Yeah, so if we wanted to do like a window like Unreal Engine, right? We would just have we would need like a graphics API. We would need like DirectX 11 or 12, Vulkan, OpenGL, stuff like that.
Okay. And then whenever you hit the local Windows debugger and you press play, that's
That
as if
would
you're launching the app. Like this is the app being launched.
Yeah, this is the app being launched. Yep.
Okay. That's what I was asking. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is basically whenever you play the game, that's your like ability whenever you get the graphics and everything to actually use the user interface in the game itself.
Yeah, somewhere along the line, Unreal Engine or Unity, whichever engine you're using, at some point they're gonna have something that creates the window, whether it's whatever
Gotcha.
graphics API they're using.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And when I say graphics API, I mean Vulkan, DirectX, and OpenGL.
That's good.
So, yep. So, quick recap: we created our first function. We printed Hello World, and we printed Blending Unreal. We learned how to create another header file, and yeah, I think that's pretty good. Obviously, if we can always add more to this, if we want to add another function, but for the sake of time, we can kind of go over this and get another video, Chuck, if you want to. You're going to kind of drive this because you're the one learning it. I want to make sure that I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah. The next video that we do, I want to go over the color coding because like we talked about how the green is like notes, but I want to know like what the hashtag include is, what the red is, what the yellow is, what the blue is, like all of that good stuff, and then kind of talk about that just a little bit more, but before we actually get into actually writing the code itself.
Okay.
All right.
See you later, guys.
Yep. See it.